talk about financial independence and money and all that kind of stuff, and we do. We have to make money to pay off our bills and save and get ahead and all that kind of stuff. But the other thing that is so awesome is just so far back here, I've seen like my heroes, like when I first got into business, Rusty and Bob Safford, and my own upline, Bill Stewart, you know, one of my uplines, and just, you know, and John and the newer guys, you know, with John taking over in '99, and Glenn and Dwayne, and it's just absolutely amazing the friendships that you have here, hanging around with those kind of people. That has changed my life more than anything. And I was watching the award ceremony, you know, just Troy and Carlos and some of the things that you guys are doing here now in Texas and stuff like that. Those guys are going to be such big leaders, and you guys get to hang around with them, and they're going to influence your life. Isn't that special? That stuff is fabulous. You can't replace that. We have such a great company right now, you guys. It is so unbelievable. I've been here 23 years next month, and I'm not maybe the veteran that some of these guys are. That's a long time. I've, like Bill, I heard Bill say, I've been through so many leaders here when he introduced John. And I'm telling you right now, we are so blessed to be in this spot. Primerica is doing better than any other company in America right now. Give it up for us, man. We are awesome. I'm so excited right now that I was retired from the base shop game, and I actually have a base shop again. You believe that? They got me working again. And it's fun. I'm having a blast. I mean, we did 30 grand first time last month in my 2 years back, and it's a blast, you know. And I felt like a little kid. I remember the feelings when I first did 30 grand back in the 90s, the late 80s when I got started, and you know, we had the 30% bonus back then, and it was so exciting, and I felt that same feeling. I mean, there were a couple apps not hitting at the end last month, and I'm calling the home office and saying, please, these apps are good at it. And they finally got them on. And one day I turned on the computer, instead of being at 29.5, I was at 30,800, and I went, all right. Now you guys are going, hey, that guy makes $2 million a year and he's worried about that. It's not about the money, you guys. It's about fun. It's about playing. You know, don't you guys like to play? Yeah. You know, don't work Primerica, play Primerica. It's a game. I came in 110th in the country last month. You know, I'll never forget on the 29th or 30th, I turned on the competition scoreboard and we were 98th. So of course I printed that because I knew I wouldn't end up in the top 100, but I printed that and took it to my base shop and said, look, we cracked the top 100. And then 2 days later we were 110, but that doesn't matter, right? They only remember we were 98th, right? So you see how I do it, man? We have fun, we play. Don't work, play. With me? I mean, you guys are so excited today. You guys have pumped me up. By the way, it's my first time in Texas. Isn't that amazing? Very humid. That's Ohio, where I grew up, right? Very humid, but it's an honor to be here. You guys are the next explosion, you know, area. Oklahoma, Texas, all you guys are going to explode. It's time to explode, right? And I am just really excited right now for your future. You know, I got to tell you guys, you know, this is about the crusade. I mean, I have 14 others, 15 of us have made over $500,000. And this year, I think I'm going to have 4 more people break that mark, so I'll be 19 of us that have made $500,000 or more. And I set out a goal way back in the late 80s, when I really started to take off. I said, man, I think it was right after I made 500 grand. I said, I'm going to produce 500 grand families. And I'm only going to be at 19 probably by the end of this year. So I got a lot of work to do. I got to get those other 30 there. But what a thing to do for people. You know, I've met so many successful people in my life. You know, I golf at these country clubs and whatever, and a lot of those guys own businesses and stuff, and you meet these people, and it's like the same thing. They make $1 million or $1.5 million, and nobody else in their organization makes any money. They might have a manager making 80 grand or 100 grand. You and I've met doctors, the same kind of thing. The nurses make 60, the doctor makes $1 million, the other people make 40, the clerical people make 32, but the doctor makes $1 million. But see, here at Primerica, the way you get to $1 million a year, you heard what Chris Coop said about his friend. He's got those 3 guys averaging over 200 grand. The Brennans make over $500,000. Bill Whittle's got probably 20 guys making. Bob Safford's got about 40 people making over $500,000 in his organization. Isn't that the way to do it, folks? Isn't that the way you want to do it? When I go to bed at night, I don't go to bed going, oh wow, I'm making $2 million and everybody else is making 40. I go to bed thinking about how much my guys, I was telling somebody in the back room, Gary Cornegay, listen to this. This is how great the company is doing right now. Gary Cornegay is up $165,000 this year. This year. He's already gotten 5 months. He's gotten a $165,000 raise. That happens everywhere, right? Hey, yeah, hi, Mr. Boss. How you doing? Hey, listen, I went to a Primerica seminar the other day. They're giving out raises over there. Is there any way I can get like a $165,000 raise this year? Yeah, they'll call the funny farm, right? They'll just bring in the truck and take you away with your pink slip. Then I have 4 other people that have gotten 30+ thousand raises. So that's 5 this year that have gotten more than $30,000 raises already in the first 5 months. And isn't this supposed to be the worst economy ever? But see how much bull that is? That's not true in Primerica, because we don't lay anybody off, do we? We don't lay off. We're not cutting back. We're not scrimping. The only thing the home office is concerned about is, all right, when are you guys going to send us more ads? Okay, you guys with me? Okay, now how many people want to know without a shadow of a doubt that you're in the right place at the right time right now? You want to know that, right? Okay. I'll never forget talking to Ginny Carter one day. And I'm talking to her about one of my guys named Alex McIvan. This is one of my SVPs, one of my $500,000 earners. And that month, I was astounded when this is about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm talking to Ginny for something, I can't remember what I was talking to her about. But I was talking to her about how unbelievable Primerica is. That was 5 years ago. I go, Ginny, I got this SVP. He's got like a 40, 50 grand base shop. And he's got 3 moderate, $10, $15,000 RVPs. And I said, he was paid 45 grand this month. Ginny, she goes, oh my God, Rick, that's unbelievable. Shoot, I had to have 50. She goes, when I made my first 50 grand, I had 200 RVPs. It took her she had to develop 200 RVPs to make 50 grand. And here's Alex with a base shop and 3 RVPs making 45. You think it's any better 5 years ago? Well, how many people want to know it's even that much better today? Okay, if any of you know about this young phenom named Brandon Neal, the young man that just broke Shane's record, the youngest to go over $1 million. He did it last year at 29 years, 9 months old. Okay, so he beat it. He made $1 million before he was 30, and he beat Shane's record by about a year. Okay, I got to know him very well. He's in Hector's hierarchy. He's under Chris Howard, Brendan Merton. He's a great young couple. Okay, if you ever get a chance to meet them, try to track him down and pick his brain. He's unbelievable. So I've gotten to know him, and I was a big part of him, helping him. And he and Hector and Chris were all helping him try to get to this $1 million thing. And so he does it last year. And here's the amazing part. He averaged $220,000 of premium. So I start going back in my archives, looking it up, the year I crossed over $1 million. And I was doing $1 million premium. So you know what that math says? That it's 5 times better to be in Primerica today than it was back then.